Well, here I am. Hockey's back tonight. So let's get right into it. Columbus opens up their post All-Star break in New York. You know what? I say the Rangers win here. Um, I'm not going to predict a score. I'll just say the Rangers win the game. I'm not predicting scores. Bad enough I get the winners wrong most of the time. Pittsburgh, and they're in the news today. And I'm going to get into that in another video. Which I will entitle something along the lines of trade deadline, because it's coming, and you guys are going to get inundated with trade deadline crap every day. And I'm sorry, because there's going to be a lot of names thrown around that aren't going to get traded, and there's going to be a lot of speculation going around that's not going to happen, because that's every single trade deadline. Nashville, Pittsburgh. You know what? I'll take Nashville in that one. I think Nashville's going to go on a run here. Phillies and Carolina. See, I'm rocking Carolina. I've got a Carolina jersey. I'm wearing it right now. It's a youth size, though. To be honest with you guys, it's youth size, large, extra large. I can wear it. It fits, kind of, sort of, mostly. But I like the size of the men's jerseys. But for tonight, Philly and Carolina, I'll take Carolina because Carolina's lost 5 in a row. What the hell? The Islanders are at home to Washington. Washington's #1 team in the league. You know what? I believe the Islanders can continue this streak, so I'll take them. Boston's in Tampa. I have no belief in Boston. I think Tampa may finally start doing something, so I'll take Tampa in that one. Buffalo's in Montreal against the Habs. I think Buffalo is going to be underrated, and I think they're going to pull off an upset tonight. New Jersey's in Detroit. That's a tough one because they're both struggling pretty mightily. I will take Detroit because they're at home. Florida's at home to Ottawa. I'll take Ottawa. I believe Craig Anderson should be starting, I would think. Let me just double check here. No, we don't care about that. But yeah, I would imagine Craig Anderson will be starting. Yeah, Anderson back on ice with Senators. Of course, everything all over this is Toronto, but I'm trying to find stuff that's not Toronto. So Ottawa and Florida, it's a great story. I'll take Ottawa. Doesn't matter who's in net, I'll take Ottawa. Winnipeg's in St. Louis. I'll say St. Louis reverses things a little bit tonight. They get the win over Winnipeg. I'll take Toronto over Dallas because I don't take Dallas to win hockey games anymore. The Kings are in Arizona. Arizona's on a 3-game winning streak. I'll say they get the upset. I'll say Arizona makes it 4. Winnipeg's at home to Minnesota. Or Winnipeg. Edmonton's at home to Minnesota. I'll take Edmonton. Minnesota's been fantastic, but I think Edmonton's full value, and I think they show it tonight. That might actually be the game I watch. Colorado's in Anaheim. See, Colorado's lost 7 in a row, so part of me says that can't continue. Colorado's not that bad. Like, I don't understand what's going on here. Colorado, the team, the actual team they put on the ice, isn't that bad. So I don't understand how they've got to this point. Doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, I'll take Anaheim because at home, I usually will give the preference to the home team. And then Chicago's in San Jose. That's a tough one because they're both pretty good teams. But oh, I don't have a coin on me. Yes, I do. All right. Heads, it's Chicago. Tails, it's San Jose. And it is tails. So San Jose. San Jose. The Canadian nickel has spoken. That's a beaver. It's Canadian nickel. That's the queen on the other side. You have Trump on all your money now. So if you're in the States, it'll happen. Trust me. Anyways, yeah. So those are my predictions for tonight. I honestly think there's a lot of good storylines coming out of this All-Star break. I'm most fascinated by rookies. There's a lot of rookies. Which ones hit the wall? This is when rookies start to hit the wall, and some of them are going to stop scoring. That could be of particular troubling um, information to the Toronto Maple Leafs, as an example. I've talked a lot about the Leafs and how fun they are and exciting they are to watch. The potential for one or two of them to hit the wall is there. The rookie wall usually hits around the 50 game mark. Islanders, so news that they potentially could be out of Barclays after 2019 is not news to anybody who's been following the team, but does it affect them on the ice? Does the team start to suffer again because there's uncertainty with the franchise 2 years from now? And before anybody asks, and I thought about doing a video where I talked about whether or not they go to Quebec in 2019. No. Um, the Islanders, if they move, it'll be to Queens. So there's no chance they move out of New York. It's just not going to happen. The NHL won't allow it. It's the same as Carolina. They'll keep the team in Raleigh at their own peril. They would readily the NHL will readily lose money to keep a team in a non-hockey market than move it to a hockey market. It is the most bewildering thing I've seen in any of the professional sports. I don't see baseball do it. I didn't see baseball try to preserve hockey or preserve baseball in Montreal. Once they started playing home games other than in Montreal, you knew the writing was on the wall, and they moved them. They moved them to Washington, and the Washington Nationals have been a success story. Um, football teams move all the time. Owners just say, "Hey, I've got X amount of money, and I'm going to make this much more money if I move," and the owners go, "Okay." Basketball, famously, the Seattle Sonics just upped and left town, and these things happen. But in the NHL, for better and for worse, they are bound to stay in certain locations. Carolina will stay. Arizona will stay. The only move that would be allowed would be to move them, in Carolina's case, it would be to move them to another city in North Carolina. And in Arizona, it would be the same thing. Move them to another city in North Carolina. Or yeah, move the Coyotes another city in Arizona. I had a long day. But it's one of those things. It's a storyline that we'll see how it affects the Islanders from here, if it affects the Islanders from here. But I'm more interested in the Doug Weight storyline because I honestly think from when he was a player, I think he'll make a pretty good coach. I'm actually kind of thinking this could be a brilliant move by accident for Garth Snow that could also help save Garth Snow's job. Because if Weight is able to get the team even into a position where they barely miss the playoffs, it saves Garth Snow's job. Absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see what happens from here. Other storylines I'm watching: can Tampa go on a run? Is Columbus overachieving? Um, Out of Washington, Pittsburgh, and Columbus, which one's going to emerge as the true contender? I would imagine one of them eventually will. Maybe it goes down to the wire. Can Toronto stay in the playoffs? Can Dallas continue to be absolutely abysmal? Can the Blues fix their goaltending? And can the Jets finally put together some wins? And is Detroit going to miss the playoffs for the first time in forever? A lot of good storylines coming on here. And, the Oilers are a huge storyline. Are they finally going to make the playoffs for the first time in 11 years? A lot of fun stuff. So it starts tonight. Let me know your predictions below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're just browsing your way through. The numbers have just exploded over the last week, and it's great. Very excited about that, and it really, yeah, it's been a pretty good week. Thank you, and I will talk to you all again very, very soon.